The school gate was crowded with parents, but two little girls stood alone, holding each other's hands tightly. Their bags were on their shoulders, and their eyes kept searching the road. The sun had started to set, and fear slowly crept into their small hearts as minutes turned into hours. A tired janitor, still in his work uniform, noticed them. His name was Daniel, a single father who worked day and night to raise his son. He walked closer and gently asked why they were still there when everyone else had gone home. One of the twins looked up at him with trembling lips and said, "Sir, my mom didn't come home." Her sister started to cry quietly, gripping Daniel's sleeve as if he was their last hope. Daniel's heart tightened. He knew the pain of waiting for someone who never shows up. He knelt down to their level and promised softly that he wouldn't leave them alone, no matter what. He called the school office, but no one answered. The teachers had left, and the security guard said he didn't have any information about the girl's mother. The sky grew darker, and the air felt heavier. At that exact moment, a black military SUV stopped near the gate. A four-star general stepped out, adjusting his cap. He had been visiting a nearby base and noticed the small group standing in silence. He watched from a distance as the janitor comforted the twins. Something about Daniel's calm strength caught his attention. Instead of leaving, the general decided to quietly follow them. Daniel took the twins by the hand and started walking toward the bus stop. The general stayed a few steps behind, curious about why a simple janitor was treating these girls with such care and respect. At the bus stop, Daniel bought them warm snacks and listened as they explained their mother had recently started a new job and often worked late. But this time, she never answered the phone. The general's eyes narrowed with concern. He motioned to one of his soldiers to make a quick background check. Minutes later, the soldier whispered shocking information into his ear. The twins' mother wasn't just any woman. She was a classified military intelligence officer who had gone missing earlier that day. The case had already reached high-level command. The general looked at Daniel again, now with a new kind of respect. He saw not a janitor, but a man with natural leadership, bravery, and patience, qualities many soldiers struggled to learn. Suddenly, Daniel's phone rang. It was an unknown number. He hesitated, then answered. A weak voice spoke on the other end, saying the mother had been trapped in an abandoned warehouse. Without thinking twice, Daniel grabbed the twins' hands and motioned the general to follow. The general was shocked. This man was ready to walk into danger without any weapons or training. They reached the dark warehouse. The wind howled through broken windows. The general quietly signaled his team to surround the place while Daniel stayed close to the girls for their safety. Inside, they heard soft cries for help. The general moved forward with his soldiers, but Daniel also stepped in, staying close behind despite the risks. His only thought was bringing their mother back alive. A group of criminals suddenly appeared, trying to escape. The soldiers quickly took control of the situation. In the chaos, Daniel found the injured woman tied to a chair in a corner. The twins' mother looked up and whispered their names. Tears rolled down Daniel's face as he carefully freed her hands and helped her stand. He spoke softly, telling her that her daughters were waiting. The general watched everything in silence. He saw how Daniel handled fear, pain, and responsibility without hesitation. At that moment, he realized this man was not ordinary at all. Outside, the twins ran into their mother's arms, crying loudly. The soldiers stood still, moved by the emotional reunion. The cold night felt warmer as the family hugged tightly. The general walked up to Daniel slowly. He saluted him, not as a janitor, but as a man of honor. Daniel was confused and tried to step back, but the general placed a firm hand on his shoulder. He asked Daniel if he had ever served in the military. Daniel hesitated and said he had once left a secret unit to raise his newborn son after his wife passed away. The general was stunned. The missing pieces finally made sense. Daniel wasn't just a janitor. He was a former elite soldier who chose family over medals, fame, and power. News of the rescue spread quickly inside military circles, but Daniel refused any public reward. He only asked that the twins and their mother be kept safe and protected. The general promised that from that day forward, their family would never be alone. He ordered security coverage around their home and ensured their futures would be secure. As the sun rose the next morning, Daniel returned to his simple job. But something had changed inside him. He remembered that true heroes don't wear uniforms all the time. And the twins learned that night that even when darkness feels endless, a kind stranger can become a guardian, and a silent janitor can carry the heart of a soldier.